ABC Chairman Justin Milne told former Managing Director Michelle Guthrie to sack high-profile presenter Emma Alberici following a complaint from then Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. In an extraordinary intervention that underlines the political pressure on Ms. Guthrie before she was axed on Monday, Mr. Milne appeared to acquiesce to government complaints about bias by calling for the chief economics correspondent to be fired because she was damaging the public broadcaster's standing with coalition MPs. Mr. Milne's comments were contained in an email sent to Ms. Guthrie on May 8 and were later circulated to board members in the week before the former Google executive was fired. The chairman was replying to an email from Ms. Guthrie that outlined a complaint from Mr. Turnbull about Ms. Alberici's political coverage. They, the government, hate her, Mr. Milne said in the email, which was conveyed to Fairfax Media by a source close to the board. We are tarred with her brush. I think it's simple. Get rid of her. We need to save the ABC, not Emma. There is no guarantee they, the coalition, will lose the next election. Mr. Milne's email sheds new light on the turmoil inside the highest levels of the ABC, and will raise questions about whether his demand was an appropriate course of action for a chairman. Mr. Morris forwarded the complaint to Ms. Guthrie, who then emailed Mr. Milne directly, according to a board source concerned about the chairman's choice of words. The ABC has legislated operational and editorial independence from the government and formal channels for complaints, including through the media regulator. One of the duties of the board enshrined in the Australian Broadcasting Corporation Act is to maintain the independence and integrity of the corporation and to ensure the accurate and impartial gathering and presentation of news. The government's criticism of the ABC has grown more forceful over the past year, with Ms. Alberici and political editor Andrew Probyn the subject of formal and informal coalition accusations of inaccurate reporting. Fairfax Media reported on Monday that Mr. Turnbull complained about Mr. Probyn's reporting to Ms. Guthrie at a pre-match function before last year's AFL Grand Final. Mr. Milne, who is a former business partner of Mr. Turnbull's, asked Ms. Guthrie to resign and sign a deed of release on September 13, halfway through her 5-year term. She refused, was fired and is now considering taking legal action against the public broadcaster. Board sources told Fairfax Media Ms. Guthrie presented materials to the board in the 11 days before she was sacked in an attempt to resolve criticisms about her leadership style, overseas travel, relationships with federal MPs and handling of editorial issues involving Mr. Probyn, Ms. Alberici and Melbourne radio host John Fain. The sources said the materials included the contents of Mr. Milne's email telling her to get rid of Ms. Alberici.